Hello everyone, welcome back to What If Deku Had a Carnage Mutation, quirk, I believe. Part 4, yes. Due to certain reasons, I couldn't make a thumbnail for this part. And due to my thumbnail app expiring, it'll take a while for me to get it back online. So yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with pictures, only pictures. If I come up with what ifs that have good thumbnails, or even thumbnails in general, that would probably be before it expired. And things that I had planned in the future, but due to reasons, I will have to, I guess, do those what ifs due to me already having a thumbnail for them. As we go to Deku, or Carnage, Carnage next to, I guess, someone next to Carnage. So you know this version's world of Carnage, I see. What world is this world? 78. I see. World 78. Mine was 1050, I believe. I'm a long way home. So, hey kid. How are you? Who are you? They call me Red Hood. Or at least instances of him. I'm just a hologram of him, realistically. But anyways, I came to tell you a message. A darkness is coming. A darkness bigger than all for one. And one for all. Something so powerful can destroy the fabric of space and time. Destroying countless worlds. You have been invited to help out. Of course, this is my death. This is me before my death. I look a bit different than when you will see me. I will have no idea who you are when I meet you due to my death. This is a future kind of knowing something was about to happen, but at the same time, all you need to know is that I'm you from another world. Or another universe. This mask that is all that's left of mine is to somewhat AI, somewhat not. It's supposed to give you messages about what would happen. My world has already been taken from me, or has already been destroyed. I'm no more in that case. If you're getting this message, I'm no more. I specifically landed this to you. You are one of the most powerful entities or most touch entities I can catch. Or tell about. The one who will be taking my place will be unworthy, you would say, due to his unpredictability. And you're the best candidate for now. You don't have to do anything for now. All you have to do is just sit and look for essences of other characters. Since my world or another's world was also destroyed, there are essences of other people being recreated in other timelines, in other worlds. I've already located Ghost Rider. But by the time you're getting this, you are the only one I can send this message to. You are my last message sent. That means Carnage Rider has already gotten his message. And Blood Mist, or I, have already gotten this message. And had to send it to you through space and time before my death. I gotten the message, but I was too late to activate it. leaving myself to death. There are a couple of you in the world. At least a good 3 of you. There's you. There's Carnage Rider, and there's one other. The other one, though, is from Universe 666, though. Very evil or full of rage, but just misunderstood. Don't know where he is now, but trying to look for the entity that we are trying to run away from, or trying to prepare for. So after you have heard this message, Carnage, or should I say Izuku Midoriya, I need you to destroy this left piece of my helmet. For obvious reasons, to not give others information about other universes, to create a black hole or anything like that. So if you please, as you know, Carnage does as what it is told, is of what he's told, and destroys the helmet. And if you want to know what their helmet's from, that was from Blood Mist Deku's destruction of his Earth. That was his last message. He has given his message to Carnage Rider and another Deku that will be found in the future. That has my last Carnage related what if. And may have been maybe told to one other person, but that will be a future what if, or at least one other already knows of it at least.
Well, I guess I was correct. Something was weird about them. What? If I know properly, I do see some changes now. Ever since the entrance exam, everything changed. I felt something as soon as I destroyed the 0 pointer. Something happened. A rip in a portal appeared, and a red-like portal appeared in the sky. Dropping this thing, I knew I had to collect it, so I did. It felt different, but now that I knew what happened, I knew I must find those who are not from this world. I see. I'll do that later. I have my own things to do for now. So... as you know, something starts glowing in the sky as soon as you said that. As you know, for plot convenience, the future, or the future what if I was planning on making what if Carnage, or what if, Deku and Carnage had, a red ring. So, kind of a fusion. Yeah. Had a red lantern ring. As you know, it would send a similar message to Deku, but Deku would just, push it off, since, it didn't really matter at the time, because he already knew. Also, he's also, here to collect, the mask, destroy it, because he also got the message, so yeah. How does he travel through time and space? With the help of the White Lantern. How? That's ahead in the future. I've already spilled the beans enough. And if you haven't noted enough, I have been getting a little bit Easter eggs in my thumbnails, as you see. A lot of Easter eggs. I did give an Easter egg to Hollow Deku, and, some essences of, Destroyer Deku here and there. The first, thing that was destroyed. First instances, I did give him, just a little. If y'all saw the hollow, what if Deku was a hollow,
if you saw the thumbnail, I did give a lot of things on the planning in the future. So yeah, the rebirth of the God Destroyer. And anyways, after that, let's continue. As I believe I said, this is after USJ. So yeah. As you know, he's in recovery. As you know, I'll say All Might and Nezu come in. Did you have to kill them? Look at me. My personality, how I live, everything about me is based upon killing. Without death, I cannot survive. So yes, it is necessary. Well then, we'll just say in self-defense so the media doesn't get any reasoning to blame UA. There's no choice to kill the villain in that matter. Yeah, do what you want, I don't care. The only reason I'm here at UA is so I don't get you and the League of Villains on my back. Yes, it's very fun, but I need the resources. And Nezu points at, hey, what's over there? Nothing, just scraps to something I must destroy. Something not from this, crap, I can't say anything about it. Something I was planning on creating, but I need to destroy it. As as soon as you try to touch it, or the leftovers of the mask, Red Lantern Deku teleported, using red constructs, they're kind of like Steven Universe, how they can teleport the portal, like teleport those, orbs and whatnot, teleporting orbs. That's probably what the Red Lantern did. So, he destroyed it, putting it into the sun. So, yeah. No leftovers, can't have anybody or anything happening. So, yeah. And, this catches a certain villain's eye. Darkseid, Galactus, and Doctor Strange's fusion of a monster and God, practically. Sensed something in another universe that he didn't finish off, but as soon as he tried to teleport, it vanished. So now he practically wasted his own time because he was already on a certain universe's atmosphere. Now, since he teleported through time, he's kind of stuck there until, he can get back or he can recharge his power. So yeah, by eating planets. Yeah, that was close. As you know, there's a, how do you say? What would happen next? I believe it'll be. I believe the Stain arc is after the entire thing, but I feel like, I guess to kind of free roam to different arcs without anything happening before them or after them. So, I'll say after this USJ, the Stain arc will appear before the sports festival. Why? Because I want all my what ifs to be different in time zones and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. What would happen next is that Himiko, Toga, Spinner, and Dobby would find the whereabouts of Stain. Eventually finding his whereabouts and telling them to Deku, as you know. Deku's, he's going to the dorms tired. 'Cause, yeah. he doesn't have his tendrils anymore. He's more of a muscly dude. But after today, he got all his things he lost from the completion of both multi-fusion. He finally got after absorbing the blood he got from everyone he killed. He got back his tendrils, meaning that he's practically like Slenderman, but a lot more tendrils. So yeah. So he's practically like a spider, yeah. I'll say that's where he gets a spider from. So he uses these tendrils to swing around and whatnot. And they could shapeshift the bloods he absorbs from others to turn them into, or shapeshift them into like weapons or whatnot, into constructs of some sort. Either some type of hammer, some type of knife, blade, or anything, practically. And what would happen now is that the group's just chilling up in Deku's room, I guess, or Carnage's room. They're just chilling. This is so good. No work. No worrying about heroes or villains. Peaceful. But even the great mighty Carnage knows that this cannot last long, so he's cherishing, the silence for now. For now. Lord Darkseid, what must we do? Or what should I give him? I believe I should give the villain a name, since it is a fusion of 3, so. Dr. Dark Galactus. Lord of Dr. Dark Galactus. Our machine is, it's unresponsive for now. But we do have good news. How do you say, the entity or item we found from the last remaining, what happened when you ate the planets from the other universe has disappeared. Meaning that it was either destroyed or went to another universe. But we haven't found any instances from it in another universe at all. So, meaning that it must have been destroyed. Good. I can't have anyone being revived. He was dangerous already as it was. But sir, there are there was a resemblance though in one of the multiverses though. There was an entity, similar name, but a bit more. We don't know much information about him. He's similar to the redhead you ate, or blood mist Deku you called him. Yes, the version of myself that had great ability to do things. I cannot allow that to be. But all we know, sir, is that he is stronger than that version of yourself, sir. That is not good. How much stronger is he? We do not know, sir. He knows of our existence. He just keeps his stuff in the dark about the information. He's very thorough in his tracks. All we know is that his creation hasn't been yet created. Meaning that it's future, but as something starts happening to the machine, or future, past, present, and future machine from a certain what if they got it from. If you don't know, in one of my what ifs I have a machine or a certain ball pit that has this machine. As you just hear the screams of animatronics. Let us go.
be able to kill you. But I will not do such a thing unless you join me. I will never. As you know, that is one mistake. Also, the second reason I'm not trying to kill you is because you know more about the ball pit than anyone else. Yes, I may have major knowledge, but yours, when it comes to this machine, you have a lot more fabrication of it. As you know, the future of what if Deku was Springtrap? Or, what if Deku was, probably Springtrap, so yeah. That is, I'll say not the direct or the exact what if that it was taken from, but it was taken from another universe. Or, a plane of existence as well. Meaning that not even with his amount of power he can travel to that universe, but due to it being on the borders, or out of the borders technically, this version of the what if was taken from, its planet. And, they're trying to stop everything. So Galactus trying to keeps, or, Dr. Dark Galactus kind of, keeps them in a facility. Knowing that if he is destroyed or killed in any way, the machine would go along with him. Since, this version of what if Deku was Springtrap is a lot more different than the other, or the main what if that I created. Anyways, enough information. Back to what if Deku had a carnage mutation quirk. So yeah. I have a feeling something's not going to go up as I planned. As you know, something's watching Deku. Something is watching Deku from a far distance. Deku feels this, but he doesn't know, or he cannot pinpoint where this entity is. So, he just relaxes because it doesn't see any killing intent or bloodlust towards him. So he leaves it alone. He's still relaxed in his room as there's a knock, bruh. Knock. So yeah. What happens is that this would be, how would you say, who would it be? Who would be knocking at his door? Because not a lot of people like messing with this dude. Like Bakugo here and there, but only like flipping once in a blue moon. This dude had the guts to, go versus flipping Carnage. So yeah. I'll say it's before I start the Stain arc. Let's say Night Eye heard of this. He wants to see on what. When he tried to look into Deku's future, but when he did, he looked into so many other things that he didn't know of. Meaning that he practically tapped into the Deku future of, all what if Deku futures. So, he couldn't, he kind of, his mind technically probably got kicked out of that part of the future, practically. So yeah. So he has many questions, but at the same time, he doesn't want to question it. But he knows if, he wants to understand anything, he gotta talk to, Carnage. But there was one thing he didn't see, and that is the future what if I would have. Yeah. So yeah. Who's there? It's Night Eye. Ah, you mean the person All Might told me about? Got you. He opens, but before he opens the door, he, once more pushes them in like a closet, and this time he reconstructed his closet into more of a, secret living quarters. So yeah, probably like a secret room now, or at least behind the closet's secret room. Yeah. So he pushed them into a closet once more, and him and Night Eye talk.
As now, Night Eye. He saw a lot of things he wanted to question Deku about, but knowing that Deku had the only answers that were accurate. Is there something you're hiding from us heroes?
No, there's nothing I'm hiding from you all.
At least nothing that you all need to know. As you know, something starts glowing inside, his Night Eye's eyes. A certain, how would you say, green glow. Stone. Ahaha. Hints. A certain green glow that appears in Night Eye's eyes. Yes, I'm sure. Now go away, I'm trying to relax. What? You can't attack a hero. I attacked All Might before. I attacked Endeavor. I attacked a whole lot of people. Don't test me. I've been through a lot, and I'm pretty sure you can't even compare to that. Knowing that if All Might can use you as a ragdoll, I definitely can use you as a ragdoll. Maybe not as strong as him, but I'm a lot more battle damage I can do to you than he is. All he knows is some basic punches and whatnot. I know actual techniques. Not just that, but I can do far away range and close range without being stopped. And due to this, Aizawa Shota Aizawa's quirk wouldn't work on me. The only thing it'll make me do is get a little bit tired, since I technically am a quirk now. So leave before I get someone to remove you from my dorms. As you know, Night Eye, he goes away for a bit. And what would happen is that now, Ida gets a call saying that his brother has now been injured by a certain person. That someone, a very dangerous vigilante has escaped and has been, killing heroes recently. And this would be Stain. Stain was in jail before, but due to his techniques and the way he uses his body to act, he would be able to escape jail very easily. Meaning that this will now give them a reason to put him into Tartarus instead of in, a normal jail. So yeah. As you know, Stain is now called a hero killer. As around let's say, why not 3 weeks, he's been, just slashing down heroes left and right, giving him the name Hero Killer. Deku sees this and he sees an opportunity. He doesn't see a person who can be taken down, but he sees an opportunity. And what opportunity do you mean by that? I mean that, if you know where I'm going with this, certain symbiotes can, or a lot of symbiotes, or main symbiotes, can copy others' abilities to them. At least if you know the comics. There was a very adaptable, or at least in the animated series, The Amazing Spider-Man, or, something similar to that. Spanish? I don't know. It was a weird series, but anyways. It practically shows a Hulk symbiote that gained the traits of all the Hulks. Of the Agents of Smash, I believe it's called. So, that doesn't just involve that, but that involves all symbiotes. Meaning the more, hosts with ability symbiotes attached to, the more stronger and, the more traits they take from that person. Kind of like,
how would you say, stockpile, as you will. Yes, kind of like a stockpile, if you will. And, yeah, that's what Deku sees in his mind. He sees if he can just get him on his side, copy his ability, or, Carnage can copy his ability by some type of way, he'd practically be invincible to anyone. Why? Because you can't hurt him unless you get close to him. So, yeah. And if you don't know, Deku does have to be monitored by President Mike, due to President Mike being the only person who can, actually harm Deku, as for now. So, yeah. Hey. So, yeah. And yeah, he would have to monitor Deku, but he would do this here and there, making sure Deku or Carnage isn't doing anything bad. So yeah, there's no Carnage plans how to get the hero killer staying on his side without acting too suspicious, because he is isolated a lot more than the rest of his classes. So yes. And what would happen is that Deku would be on around, on the time, the attack on the city happens, or, that part of the town, or technically part of the city, is attacked by the Nomus. Deku would be there, but, instead of, actually trying to be there, he would be at some type of diner or something. He would be eating, because, he still likes to taste the food, so, yeah. And you can also use food as a resource, but brains are, more, or, technically human body gives off more resources. So if you don't know what I did to Deku, I practically made him broken, but if you know the Deku-verse, he's not gonna be the strongest whatsoever. So yeah. Maybe human ways he is immune to any human ways, but to, other godlike or magical abilities will be able to hurt this version of Deku. But due to no magic users that you know of to be in this universe, or any, other different versions of type of magic, I guess, in this universe that don't exist, that y'all know of, will practically make him a very overpowered person. So yeah. As All For One, we go to All For One, and the entire League of Villains trying to think of a way to capture Deku, or try to at least, knowing that he's practically like SCP's the shy guy, practically SCP shy guy. He's practically like that. You can't contain this dude. As soon as you mess with this dude, he comes practically coming for you, practically. So yeah. So what would happen if we President Mike? We need sound users, or maybe sound like Quirk. As Jiro is also on their mind, because they let's say the UA trader hasn't been caught yet. Because instead of, only Hawks being the UA trader, I'm going to say that there's one other. So, yeah. Besides the current UA trader, this is going to be technically 3 UA traders, since Hawks, the unknown trader, and one other. So, yeah. So, now there's technically 3. A hero, and then, I guess, either 2 students, or, a student in the future, I guess. So what would happen is that they would know about, part of, Class 1A, because let's say
the trader is either in class 1C or in class 1B. Why? Due to class 1B surrounding class 1A and, you know, that entire scene. So, yeah. I guess Carnage would know about this, but he wouldn't really care. He would know that there's something different about one of the classmates, but he couldn't really pinpoint them due to, you know, them being in a group. So he just let it go. He was like, meh, don't care. Also, Toga didn't get unpunished, if you were wondering, from spilling the beans from last episode. So yeah, she practically had to sleep like in a box practically. A 1 day sleep in the box. He cruel, but he ain't that cruel. That was only 1 day, so yeah. And, you know, as he's eating, like, you know, let's say he's eating like a double-decker burger or something. Just a big, very big sandwich. As you know, he's trying to relax, cause he's still normal in a sense. So and that as soon as he takes a bite of it, the entire he feels a shake on the ground. He practically drops his burger, and he is now furious. To practically not to the point of hollow Deku, but somewhat on that far. So just a giant wave of bloodlust hit. A lot more smaller than hollow Deku's, but it's on par. It's on par with Stain. I'll tell you that. It's on par with Stain. As you know, it's on par with Stain. So yeah. Or maybe a little bit weaker than Stain, but besides that, it's pretty strong. Cause yeah. So what would happen is that Deku would walk, because I say he's in, because I say he's permanently in Carnage form, so he can't really change back. So I'll say he's permanently in Carnage form for some reason. Why? Because it look cool, just seeing this awesome looking dude around. So yeah. So he screams, he opens it, he pays for it, because he's not a fiend. Of course he pays for the meal, like, bro. He may be a hero, but a hero in training, but he's not gonna get all that part to his head. He at least pays, like, bro. He pays, like, he gives a tip, like a $40 tip. Why? Because he's a nice dude. Very killer-like, but he's at least a nice dude. So he leaves a $40 tip. Yeah. And then he goes outside and just starts wrecking them with left and right. He's just smashing their heads against the floor. You made me drop my sandwich. Now I'm gonna eat you. Type of way. He'd be salty about that sandwich, Because let's say it was like a limited time sandwich, and that was like the only day, and that was like the last sandwich of that day, that special sandwich. Kind of like the Travis Scott meal, where like it first came out, and just like just like 5 days have passing, the meal was just gone. So yeah, that's practically the mood this man's in. You made me drop it, I'm gonna kill you. Hey, he absorbed to just destroy every Nomu there. At least a good 2 to 3 Nomu, because let's say there's like 20 Nomu there, yeah. And he senses, something happening. He senses a friend around. He doesn't know which person it is, but he does sense someone around. So he walks around. Like Naruto run, Spider-Man run. Spider-Man can do whatever Spider can. Yeah. So yeah. Practically what would happen is that he would eventually come upon Ida on the ground, slow motion, Stain almost stabbing this man in his skull. And Native, the hero, which I finally found out his name. The other hero, those are Native. So yeah. As you know, Deku will be like, bruh, I feel like I knew this was gonna happen, but come on. He got in the way of my meal! Like, he don't even care about, like, what's about to happen. He's just mad about it. He got his meal dropped. No, he's like,
whoa, one of his tendrils from his back that are, sticking out, just swirling like knives in the air, just, whoa, just, practically cut the blade in half, or, stop the blade from, killing Ida. As, Stain jumps back. Who's there? As Carnage comes down like a flippin' spider out of nowhere and, just screams. Or, the classical Carnage symbiote roar. So, that. What happened is practically. Where's my phone? I should have a sound for this. What? Let my phone go. No. Anyways, yeah. Where the my phone go? Anyways, what would happen next is that. Yeah, 1v1. Practically Stain versus Deku or Carnage. I don't know why I keep calling him Deku since he's not Deku anymore, but yeah. Him and Carnage would start fighting. Stain and Carnage would start fighting. As things continue on as they're pretty on par with each other, honestly. They're pretty on par. As they're pretty on par with each other. So yeah. Nothing's are really, no big damages are being pulled, so yeah. So until, let's say someone's on the roof, I mean, they're not doing anything, they're just, just relaxing, probably eating or something. So, until you just hear... As a giant sniper was shot. Due to the speed that they were acting, it grazes, how would you say? Stain's head. It probably grazes Stain's head. Not killing him, but, it passes, his ear. Or, no, passes his, right above, right in the middle between his ear and forehead. It was oh, just grazes it by, a centimeter. It grazes it pretty decently, so yeah. So, Stain's bleeding now. Who was it? Ahaha! That's for the future. So, yeah. Multiverse madness. Ahaha. So, Deku, Carnage just, I'll say that gave him the hand in the fight. But, Deku Carnage was, he was losing to, his entire body being made out of blood. So, yeah. Mentioning that he may be overpowered, but he's not indestructible, and due to Stain's quirk, Stain, all he needed is, a cut from, just one little cut off Deku or Carnage, and, that would have, sent him down to flipping the ground real quick. Because, I'm pretty sure at this point, 100, or technically, 90% of his body was made out of blood. And the rest was made out of, symbiotic substance. So, yeah. As let's say, he was, it was hurting eventually, but, Stain, let's say he had something on him, he real quickly, patched, his face up using some type of, bandages or something. Because, let's say he, besides his knives, he does have, have a first aid on his back. So, yeah. Stain is a little bit more careful now due to, being caught the first time. So, he got, the first aid on deck. And, he patches his head up, making sure to stop the bleeding. This is when Stain says, I don't have enough time for this fake hero. As he just throws a barrage of blades, but, he, you think that's gonna stop me? As how would you say, due to Stain's smartness, Deku thought, or, Carnage thought he was aiming at him, but he was realistically only aiming at, Native and Ida. So, what's about to happen to Deku or Carnage? He's about to take a big ass L from the amount of force and paralyzation this man about to get. So yeah. Also, I'm making Stain's quirk a little bit more stronger, like at least a good, like let's say the more blood you have in your body, the more powerful Stain's quirk is. So yeah, or the more faster blood flow you have. As you know, Carnage is practically made of blood, so this man was like Inuyasha, sit dog. So this man face planted in the ground so flippin' hard, his entire he had a whole there's a dent of his entire his head was like an ostrich in the ground, just smashed inside the ground. As you know, he tried to get his head from under, but his arms just couldn't move at all, just couldn't. So yeah, gotta take that big L, bro. Sorry, can't make you that overpowered. Not even the main character's safe from taking L's. So yeah. Also, if you haven't seen, not even the main character with plot armor can be safe in my what ifs, because I have killed off like a lot of Dekus. So yeah. Dark multiverse. Hint, hint. If you know what I mean, hint, hint. Comics, Batman, hints, more hints. Anyways, besides that, since it was only a one-time thing, the person that, probably the person was not on the ceiling, on the roof, couldn't help. It was only a one-time thing. He didn't want to mess up things, so, he disappears or, just flees from the scene, Deku senses something, but he doesn't sense him. He senses Stain. Cause his senses are just on everything right now. His senses are just going off right now. So yeah, what would happen is that practically Deku would lose this fight, a lot. He would lose this fight by a lot. But I guess Deku wouldn't really be able to die unless you flippin' put this man inside the center of the sun or do some BS. So yeah. I'm not gonna kill him off. That's what I'm not leading to, because I technically do need him. I at least need 3 versions of each Deku I have. So yeah, I make 3 versions of each. Either good, evil, vigilante. I still make them. This one's technically. This isn't the darkest version of Carnage, but this is the vigilante version of Carnage. While if you don't know, the hero version of Carnage will be the Carnage Ghost Rider. That is the Carnage Ghost Rider. Somewhere in the multiverse where he is riding and just kicking ass practically. So yeah. When will the villain Carnage appear? That will be in the future. Actually, technically the Carnage already appeared. Yeah. Practically the villain Carnage that had the Red Lantern ring. The Red Lantern Carnage is the evil, practically evil, I guess, side. So yeah. If you think about it, yes, but no. He's technically a hero, but technically not. But he's practically the leader of the green flipping Red Lantern Corps. So yeah, pretty evil. So yeah. Anyways, besides that, enough of my yammering and giving hints to what is to come and what characters might you see in the future. His Deku squad will pull up. As you know, cremation is just sent in Stain's direction. As you know, Deku was like, I told you to start on the earth. He's trying to murder, practically trying to talk, but all that comes out is a mumble. I told you to talk. As you know, cremation sent into Stain's direction. Doosh, like a flamethrower. Sizzle. As you know, Stain has now have, I guess, 1st degree burns due to him getting out the way in time, but due to the heat and how close there was, Stain doesn't get unscarred. So yeah, he is still scarred. As you know, there's also a knife thrown at Stain, and a giant sword made of knives thrown at Stain. As you know, let's say due to the purpose of plot convenience, Stain's abilities last for a complete 10 minutes. Because I'm pretty sure before it lasted for 5 minutes, I think. But anyways, let's make it, the strongest Stain can go will be an hour. But, he has to have full concentration on the person. So, yeah. But since, he's not paying attention to anyone, it will only take, 10 minutes to, But still, 10 minutes, Deku's still down, and, just to say, that's that last minute, and, arise! Carnage has been released! So, Carnage roars. Ah! As tendrils just shoot out as anger, He don't like losing at all. Not just that, but he remembers their burger he dropped. So, I need to stop playing, bro. His anger, just fueled by anger, as he comes slicing, Spinner gotta stop him, hey, yo, don't you remember we gotta ask him, or, we gotta make him join, or, that's practically what we came here for. As long as that big SL stands, I will get a rematch later. Stain, sorry for wanting to do, but whoa, just like a giant tentacle just comes out from the ground and just, slaps Stain out of consciousness. Whoa, a quick 1-2. That would be one of Deku's moves or super moves. It will be called Giant Tentacle, which practically makes a giant red octopus, tentacle, and just, smacks the person. Like Cthulhu just smacks them, and it's supposed to be kind of be like a ultimate or final move kind of. So yeah, and it wasn't in its full extent due to the paralyzing did damage, surprisingly did damage Carnage. So it wasn't at full force, or it'd be the size of a skyscraper. So yeah, it was kind of like a little, I guess, a decently sized tentacle come out the ground, just smack, staying off consciousness. As let's say, for convenience, he was still awake. So yeah. Also, let's say 10 minutes did pass, but Ito was still on the ground due to stabbing him twice instead of just cutting him. So we stabbed him twice instead of just cutting him. Got stopped twice, 20 minutes now, so yeah. The more times you get stabbed, the more, time you are paralyzed for. So yeah. Anyways, Carnage is like, grab, stay, hold up. Oh, that's all that adrenaline that was searching through him is now just gone. So, he about to faint. Grab Stain, grab me, get out of here. Looks at Ida. Ida, if you say anything, I swear to God, I'm coming for you. I saved your ass. So, yes. As you know, then there would be, how would you say, there would be, there would be a sudden sound in the air.
Come, join us.
So yes, as yeah, that would happen. Stain is now forcefully joining the. What would I call this? Because a lot of these I'm just having a group of just. I'd say it'd be I'll say the Vanguard Action Squad because I can't think of anything. So just I guess that'd be technically. I call it the. Wait, hold on. How many of there? One. I'll call it the Sinister Six. Why not? There's him. So 1,
Toga, Dobby, Spinner. Toga, Dobby, Spinner. Stain. So that'd be 5. I just need to find a 6th person to join them. Yeah, it'd be this version of the Sinister Six. So yeah. Anyways, what would happen now is that there will be police sirens, you know. Just police sirens. As Stain, you know, is unconscious. And in the distance, there'll be... a laugh in the distance. It's just not supposed to be there, but something completely different from anything that has happened. As you know, police sirens, you know, just come and let's say for convenience, after a couple of minutes, Stain did wake up because let's say the police came later, a bit later. So, you know, Stain woke up, tied, and, you know, come join us practically. As you know, Stain was forcefully and regrettably joined the Sinister Six. At least not yet, since there's not 6 men, but I guess the Sinister 5 for now. So yeah. He would join them, you know, he would, you know, untangle, and, you know, Carnage would be like, or, you know, I guess he would be knocked out, Carnage would be knocked out, so, you know, Toga would be like, so here's the plan. You're still gonna go, you're gonna get captured. And you're gonna get captured, yes, but when, you know, everything's cleared, you'll be sent to Tartarus. As, you know, what I've heard from the plans is that the armored vehicles aren't that strong, don't hold that much of a threat, so we'll be able to take over the armored vehicles and free you. So yes, you will be freed, and you'll be part of us now. Or one of us, thankfully. So yeah, haha. As you know. Okay, Toga, let's go. The heroes are starting to come. We gotta leave Stain here. As you know, they had to make it convincing, so, you know. You know, a partly conscious Carnage was like, I know how to make it thinkable. He like, you know, limps to Stain and just punches this man's lights out. Douche, one punch. Now we're even. As you know, faints once more, and, you know, the entire group just, you know, goes. Or, you know, Ida is told how stupid that was. You shouldn't have gone on the sled, you know. He just chewed out in general. As you know, right in the hospital, or I believe, or somewhere near the hospital, Deku, or, you know, Carnage appears. Hey, so what I miss? As you know, Ida looks directly in Carnage's eyes, as Carnage says, or, you know, sees. You tell them, I murder everyone in this hospital. Don't tell anyone. So yes, don't tell anyone. Ida. I did you a favor. Also, you got a gift from me, so go to what you gotta do. And what gift is that Carnage, since he does have the, you know, abilities, he did kind of like bond with, you know, Ida's brother, and kind of fix his legs practically. And then, you know, defuse with him, because I mean, yeah. He don't need a host, since he technically is the host himself. So yeah. And someone walks in, as that would be All Might. Young Ida, that was very dangerous of you. But you apprehended the villain, so good job. As you know, everything will happen, and that is when I'm gonna end this video. Due to me being very busy today, I have a lot of things to plan. I'll see you on next video. Remember,
Leave a comment down below. Leave a like and subscribe. Share this with all your friends on your social media platforms, and I'll be in the next one. Bye-bye.